We are back for another Sound for Love 2 video, and we still have not hit a single choice yet. If you watched the last video, that is. Alright, well, while I was putting this up, okay, it's not doing it this time, but when I was doing it earlier, it just skipped a couple dollars, but we're back now, we are now back on track. Anyways, the rain continues to lash down harshly as Ceri and I wander through the last few streets toward her house. Even though we don't live all that far from one another, the offer of dinner is a nice enough excuse to try and beat out the storm. I can see this going on all evening. Ceri lets up her grin on my arm, although we still remain locked together at the elbow. Whether it's the butterfly from being so close together or the fact that I'm genuinely hungry, something to eat would certainly settle my stomach. I'm only gonna know that I didn't make breakfast today, so I might sound dead. Does Garo know the effect she has on me? She probably does at this point. Nevertheless, it doesn't take us long to reach Ceri's house. Finally, out of the rain, the two of us step inside to dry off. As far as I try to keep us both dry, the edges of our arms still manage to get drenched. That and well, it's hard to focus on keeping the umbrella straight, with what was Ceri clinging to my side. Her playful teasing didn't help, but it certainly made the walk home special. So I suppose I can't complain about that.
I'm home.
It's almost a whisper as Ceri calls out to her father. I can hardly hear her myself. What happened to all your enthusiasm? He's not going to hear you like that. This time it's my turn to tease her. We're on. Of course she pouts. Only a moment passed before her father emerges. I say it was within a blink of an eye. He must have been expecting us, or rather Ceri. Welcome back, Ceri. Oh, hi, hero. It's nice to see you too. You too. How was your trip? Mr. Irwood smiles as he greets us both. It's a smile I've missed seeing. Maybe Ceri was right after all. It has been a while. The trip, it went well. Though I can't say the same about the weather. I don't think it tops today though. Anyways, did the rain keep you long? Ceri blushes.
Oh, no. We had club practice?
Her father scratches his head curiously. You never told me you joined a club. He smiles mischievously. I guess being around Hero really has changed you. I'm not sure whether to take that as a compliment or a thinly veiled insult. Though knowing what he's like is probably a mix of both. Yeah, probably. It's all in good faith.
Well, it was his idea.
You probably can't see it right now, but I'm pointing at myself. Obviously, you can see it.
I'm not a member. We were just helping out.
Well, you'll soon become a member. I guess she's a little embarrassed. She hasn't quite cracked the extrovert life yet. Oh. I suppose today's conversation with dinner sorted. He laughs. It doesn't surprise me. Her father has always seemed like a very doting parent. It must be tough as a single father. It's a rather stark difference from my own family, although I guess I'm used to it. It's almost like my second home now. Anyway, you two need to dry off. Come on in. I thought we already are in. Usher further into the Irwood resident, a wave of nostalgia washes over me. It was here that he asked me to take Ceri out, right? Ceri grabs my cuff timidly, with her earlier zest now fading. It's a Ceri I'm more used to seeing. Surprisingly shy, even in the comfort of her own home.
I'm going to get changed.
Yeah, you probably should. I swear to God. Anyways, as welcome as I am here, it's a convenience I envy as I pat down my dampened sleeve. I head into the dining room / kitchen as she heads upstairs. The repeated patter of her footsteps invoke a hit of nostalgia as I catch up to her father. I missed it. Take a seat, hero. Why everything changed? Why is the visual changed? Why is it this now and not the other? What is going on? Don't mind if I do. I sit down in my usual chair. For a family of two, it is quite the spacious setup, but in itself, it makes me feel welcome. My place at the table, a part of the family. Sure, you're helping out at the music club, huh? He heads behind the counter and shoots me occasional glances at Anyway, begins preparing dinner. It's a very convenient setup for conversations. As he fiddles around with the kitchenware, the clangs of cutlery take over the small gaps of silence as I mull over my response. Well, I'm just a observer if anything. All credit goes here. All credit here. What the hell? All the credit here goes to Ceri, of course. They need a harpist to help out at the graduation ceremony. Oh, graduation ceremony. He looks as if he's totally forgotten. Does he not realize that his daughter will be thrown out into the wider world in only a couple of weeks? That's gonna happen to me soon at college. Or Doris somehow pulled this whole UK bit or our era thing, she managed to pull this off. Anyways, putting it like that makes me worry for her, despite being in the same boat with myself. Yeah, Ceri should probably be the one telling him this. I've been meaning to ask, how did Ceri get into playing the harp anyway? The question has been on my mind lately, though it's something I should know by now, having been dating her for 8 months. Just why did Ceri chose to play the harp? It's not exactly a common instrument to learn, not compared to Emma violin or Iroha flute. I can't really say the same about Nanoka oboe, however. The hell's an oboe? Well, it was her mother who encouraged her to play an instrument. She thought Ceri needed an outlet, a way to express herself. She always had trouble making friends. Well, honestly, if I did a quiz, if I didn't do part 1.5 and actually, take my time, beat this game, and then do the quiz afterward, then I wouldn't know all the answer, but I'm pretty sure that would be boring. So, why not just, do the quiz earlier, without raw reactions, no knowledge of the further game, and so on. Get it? It didn't have to be hard, but I think Ceri wanted to follow in her footsteps. Her mother played the harp? I didn't know, sorry. Sorry for what? Sorry, what for? He smiled kindly before letting out a hefty sigh. I could have been a better father to her, honestly, when she was growing up, that is. I was always busy with work, her problem would slip past me. It took me a while to catch onto her shyness. Her mother was closer to her for the most part. It's why the divorce was harder on Ceri than it was for me. The room falls silent. The things I would like to say are unable to come out. It's clear that he's been too hard on himself, but at the same time, the troubles of raising a child manifest themselves through his work. It's not something I'm qualified to comment on. Yeah, as if to break the silence, Ceri comes back on cue. This time adorned on a flowing white dress she worn in it a few times, and I have to say it really does suit her.
I'm back.
Oh, how was the holiday? She pouts the transition to her usual dynamics almost uncanny given our proper stagnation, but it's reassuring. You certainly spent a while getting changed. Were you picking out something cute for Hero?
Dad!
It is pretty cute though.
You too!
I guess that's me too. I guess I said my thoughts aloud. Ceri as flustered as ever, take a seat across from me at the dining table. So you're helping them out with the graduation ceremony? Ceri looked at me in surprise.
You told him! I wanted to tell him.
She's surprisingly pouty today, as once again she puffs her cheeks in disdain. I wonder if she learned by now that it only serves to make her more cute. Oh no! Oh no, stop it! Oh my god, stop it! Alright, anyways. Alright, sorry about that. I didn't like that. Anyways, though perhaps that's her intention given how feisty she's been today. I'm probably overthinking it. Ceri is Ceri, so I don't have any complaint either way. It's okay, as long as I get an invite. I'd love to see you play.
You've already seen me plenty of times.
Ceri blushes, looking away from the two of us timidly. Her dad is lucky really, but I suppose it's only natural being the doting parent. Ceri's too oh my god. Anyways, Ceri too is clearly happy with the remark. Even with her blushes, she has a hard time hiding her smile. It's a quirk I've come to adore. I take it that you're having fun at the club then. Already knowing the answer myself, it'd be interesting to see how Ceri responds. Despite his smile, the air of concern in his voice isn't lost on me. The topic of Ceri's ability to make friends still sits fresh on his mind. She doesn't hesitate to give her response.
Of course! Well, I was a bit anxious at first, actually. But the girls... they're nice.
Her smile and fleeting reassures us both. That's good. Keep it up, Ceri. I'm proud of you. Of course, these comments are followed by another unwelling of a rosy blush across her cheeks.
Dad.
Her dad smirks as he finishes pattering about in the kitchen, seemingly confident in his cooking ability as he shuts the oven door firmly. So, who's looking forward to my cooking? I guess it's sunset now, there's no more rain. We spend the remainder of the evening talking between ourselves fondly. It's sunset, that's not evening. To me, evening is not sunset. Evening would be like slightly nighttime, like when the sky is still blue, but it's like darker blue compared to, the day sky, aka sky blue. Anyways, heartfelt scenes of laughter, teasing, and reminiscing full of our time as dusk approaches and empty place sits just undisturbed around the table. Her father really is a good cook. Well, but it doesn't take us long to realize it's getting late. One glance at the clock only confirms this. At least the rain seems to have let up. I suppose I should be going soon.
Already?
Looks like someone isn't quite ready to let you go. How about stay over, hero? You can spend a night in Ceri's room.
And where am I supposed to sleep?
Okay, this just got me a flashback about another movie novel I played. There was this game called Kaori's After Story. It was kind of like an aftermath of another game, but the thing is, I only got the game, it was free before it got priced again. It was on mobile, and yeah, it had a similar situation where like the protagonist had to sleep with, I guess, the Kaori, the character, the main maiden from on that visual novel too. Yeah, so yeah, his parents suggested the protagonist to sleep over at Kaori's room. Which Ceri did not like that. And something's telling me this could be the same thing here too. And where am I? Frick. Ceri tilts her head in confusion, not quite getting the joke. No, I appreciate the offer. He smirks. You're right though, it's getting late. It's been good to see you, hero. You too, Ceri, Dad. He does, looks like I've one back up on him. I take my leave with Ceri leading me to the door. She scurries beside me in her usual manner before stepping ahead, stopping me in my tracks.
Thanks for supporting me.
She says so confidently without a moment of hesitation. It's only natural. She is my girlfriend after all. But even more so, being able to make her smile is worth it. Despite how much she's grown, it's clear that she's still harboring some pains. Though as close to her father she now is, the entire ordeal must still be tough on her looking back. The memories of a once happy family now held together by a sharp string. I'm just happy she's made it through it all. I'll see you tomorrow, Ceri.
I'll see you tomorrow too.
Hero.
I love you.
Alright, I guess we're going to music club. Yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be art. Okay, it looks like we're back in Hero's house again. I'll wake up bright and early the next day, brighter and earlier than I like. Thanks to the obnoxious ringing on my alarm clock. It's becoming too much of a common occurrence, but I wouldn't get without it. I'm pretty tired in the ordeal world. I would like to have a few more minutes beneath the sheets. However, that thought will have to stay behind in the land of dreams. I need to head over to school, and as always, I arranged to meet Ceri on the way there. I wouldn't want to keep her waiting. I left my uniform strewn about on the floor after coming home yesterday. It's a little crumpled, but it's not like I'm going to go out off my way to iron it. I'll have to do. Unfortunately, Ceri's not the type to care about how wrinkled my uniform is. I doubt she'll ever even notice. After heading down for breakfast, I greeted by the tune of someone who definitely is the type to care about my appearance, even if it's only for her own satisfaction. You look like you've been dragged through a hedge backwards. Thanks. She looked at me sternly from across the table, her arm folded. Don't get complacent now. You might have been locked out in getting a girlfriend, but you can't afford to be sloppy. Otherwise, Ceri will start wondering what she ever saw in you. I didn't know she was such a fashionista, but honestly, she'll make any excuse to criticize me. I already asked her that, and I don't think it has ever to do with how I dressed. Oh, and what did she say? that she liked me because I'm nice and understanding and that I make her smile. My looks are pretty low down on the list if you can't believe that. I can't believe it. If she's wanted someone for their looks, she could do a lot better than you. Oh, and how are things going for you and getting a boyfriend? She passed and I just even Oh yeah. Anyway, my dad seems to find this remark incredibly amusing because he lets out one of his usual guffaws. Your brother isn't much of this big and up in the looks department, is he? So he doesn't take after his own man, that's for sure. As per routine, my mother also chimes in. It's a good thing you make enough noise as it is. She doesn't deny what he said though. I sighed mentally. I might add, in this household, it'd be too easy for me to get out of breath. I'm already out of breath right now. Anyways, such is family life here. It's a sharp contrast between that of Ceri and her father. Breakfast passed relatively uneventfully. The four of us continued to chat idly around the table as per usual. I finished eating, helped my mother stack the plates, and head on off to school after sliding on my shoes and wishing my parents goodbye. It's a pleasant day in the sky overhead. It's a clear shore, dotted with only a few fluffy clouds. The cloud reminds me of a little sheep actually. I could have sworn one of the clouds I saw when I was a kid, like one of these cloud men just like looks like like some type of like a remake of like some religious thing. I don't know. It's kind of long. It's probably a long time, so I kind of forgot. Anyways, there's a chance that I could be exaggerating about this whole cloud thing, but I don't really remember now. So we'll just get back to it. Carrie sent me a few photos with her last trip to Wales, when she was inviting her folks, and there was an awful lot of sheep in them. She went for several racing walks in the countryside, and there was at least one fluffy white body hidden somewhere in every single photo. I think I can see why Wales has such a reputation for being full of sheep. There's not much else there, if Carrie's photo are anything to go by. Well, I'm getting sidetracked. I head on over briskly to where Carrie and I usually meet up, and of course, there she is. She's standing in the shade as a gentle breeze tousles her hair, tying into the usual braid, gently from side to side. She looks up, our eyes meet, and she smiles.
Good morning.
Oh, did I interrupt you? She was fiddling with someone on her phone as I approached. Was she surfing the net to browse the time?
I was just looking for some new things to play at practice.
Composition?
That's what they're called. Yes.
She smiles gently like a teacher congratulating a child for answering the most basic of question. I hadn't really taken much of a vested interest in Carrie's hobby until recently. Of course, it was only a few days ago that I actually saw her play for the first time. Putting it like that, it's easy to wonder what she ever saw in me. A relationship formed out of happenstance? Was it really because she had nobody else? No, I shouldn't think of it like that.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was just thinking that it feels like it's been a while since I saw you, huh?
Hardly. It's only been 12 hours.
I wish that she tilts her head, resting her fingers against her lips in a puzzled manner. Where you keep oh my god, I can't speak today. Will you keep counting to like the exact hour?
No, of course not.
I mean, 12 hours basically. The 12-hour thing is basically absolute racing schedule. We're like, let's just say I signed in at 8 o'clock at morning, I get my reward, but then when it's 8 o'clock at night in absolute racing, I get my reward again. So like, you get a reward twice in absolute racing. Anyways, Carrie face flushes and shyly she turns away.
It's just simple mathematics. Really. You left my place at 20:30, and it's 8:30 now.
22, 23, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yup, it is 12 hours. Carrie toys with the end of one of her braids. Then she sighs.
Just forget about it.
Well, how am I supposed to simply forget that you love me so much, that you can't bear to be apart from me for more than 12 hours? That and trying to make me study math too. I have to admit, I think that's incredibly nice of you. Of course, even I can do basic subtraction, but it's fun to tease her.
You're putting words into my mouth.
Well, maybe. I dream to give Ceri a playful nudge. But you make it pretty easy for me, you know.
I think you're just looking for an excuse to tease me.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe that too. Heroes just, at this rate, Heroes probably, you know. At this rate, sometime one day, I'm pretty sure sooner when we get into the visual novel, one day in visual time, not what time that is. I'm pretty sure Hero will say a tease that might as well be considered as bullying and not, you know, just simple teasing. Me? Tease you? Would I ever?
Yes, you do. And frequently.
I do believe that. Ceri huffs.
I like you a lot. But you can take it too far sometimes.
Yeah, like last time in the first episode when he said hot sexy boyfriend. She hits me with a dreaded L word. Perhaps it's a bit too early to push her around this much. At least she's gotten more confident in expressing her feelings, but now that I think about it, she has gotten more assertive lately, in more areas than one. She still blushes a lot. She's blushing right now, in fact. And I'm not sure if she'll ever get better as far as tripping over her own words in concern. But she's gotten more comfortable when it comes to speaking with me. I think she's got more comfortable speaking to other people too if our visit to the music club are going to go by. Anything go by. She's coming along and he leaps in bounds. It wasn't that long ago that my path first crossed with Ceri's when I chased after her with her library card, but Ceri herself had changed in a remarkably short amount of time. She's still the same sweet, slightly self-conscious girl I remember, but there's only a bit of steel to her too. I didn't like it. I'm glad she's gotten better at holding her own. If nothing else, it makes me feel less guilty about teasing her, despite her pouting face now firmly facing me. She's simply too cute for words. Alright, now we're heading to school now. Before I continue, I'm gonna let you know that if you know about the whole OBS thing. Well, honestly, about the post, what I say, and you already read my post at all. Even though I will say my update about the PCSX2 and stuff, but honestly, I think I'd rather do that in Tokyo Street Racer video because, you know, I plan to make a Tokyo Street Racer drift video and stuff. But for here, I'm gonna let y'all know that in case the OBS decides to fail me up again. Now OBS is still running fine, I think, right now, but I'm pretty sure one day when I do more visual novel using OBS, one day OBS gonna do the same thing like what it did with PCSX2, where, like, you know, the screen freezes. So in case this happened in this video, I'll probably still release it. Just, you know, I'll probably, you know, try my best to, you know, screenshot all these images and, you know, put it all in, you know, in a video to, like, you know, try to, you know, make it accurate as I can. But I'm like, but if I actually start doing that, like OBS start doing all of this, then OBS will be dead. Then that means OBS dead to me. Anyways, the morning passes by uneventfully. It's the same old routine of showing up at school, then changing into our indoor shoe and heading to our respective classes. Part of me yearns for a little more excitement in it all. Perhaps I should ask Ceri to slip a love letter into my locker. Not that I could imagine her having the courage to do it, even if we're already dating. And it's not like she has many people she could ask to do it in her stead. Although I can certainly see Nonoko or Emma offering to lend a hand. Dismissing those whimsical thought I make it to class after seeing Ceri off. Only a few minutes pass by and after I slide into my seat before occupying myself in the following few hours by paying attention to my teachers, or trying to pay attention to my teachers at least. I thought I was gonna say something else. Once our first set of class of friends finished, I meet up with Ceri in the hallway and we head over to lunch together. Again, the usual routine. As we head into the hall, I mull over what I eat today. It's not like the menu changes at all that much from day to day. But suddenly, oof. A familiar voice coupled with a dull sensation around my shoulder soon breaking my concentration. I winced wind-winded and glanced over at my assailant. I really should be surprised. This is kind of his thing. Oh, it is the guy from the first game who keeps talking about the sandwich and stuff. It's that guy. Now it looks like his role got bigger now in the second game now. I thought that voice sounded familiar, and the face is attaches even more so. This guy is. Well, just who is he? I know he's the one of my classmates. Our seats are pretty close to one another. In a matter of fact, our paths sometimes cross when I'm walking to and from school. We chatted on a few occasions enough that I guess I could consider this guy a friend at this point. Well, I wouldn't say friend, I would say more acquaintance. But I can't for the life of me remember his name. I guess I never bothered to learn it. He does tend to dominate most of our conversation, as trivial as they are. Whilst I busy myself trying to put a name to him, he says,
I saw you two lovebirds, by the way.
why are there so many freaking British people in this? Why are there so many freaking British people in this school? I wonder why. Well, I wouldn't say British people. I would say more like, I don't know. Maybe. Honestly, I don't know. I said this, but I don't know. I don't know who made this game. Like, I know it's DS Sun, but I don't know what their studio is. I can't tell if they're from Japan or if they're from, United Kingdom or they're from Australia. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. My mind's hurt. My brain hurts right now from thinking of all this. My head hurts right now. Anyways, we gotta get back to it. I am not making this video the same length as, the first video and the Tokyo Racer Part 2 video. Anyways, I saw you. Oh, you did?
I did, yeah. You both looked very cozy underneath that umbrella of yours. Man, it made me feel jealous if I'm being honest. I've never walked home like that with a girl before.
And I wonder why.
My dad used to ask me when I was gonna bring a nice girl home, but I think he's given up on me at this point.
Sad.
I've always been a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah, I agree. So I am feeling a bit of disappointment too. I don't have anything to be proud of. The way he expresses things is so gleefully. Well, at least he doesn't seem to cut up about it. His bright smile hasn't wavered. Anyways, I guess I can admire his optimism. That's the one thing he has going for him.
Still, it must be nice having a cute girlfriend to walk home with in the rain. You're lucky, dude. I'd do just about anything to cozy up with someone under an umbrella. Heck, I'd even give up one of the cafeteria's A-grade beef sandwiches.
Yep, it's the same guy from the first game. He procures a cellophane wrapped beef sandwich from somewhere and waves it in front of my face for inspection. I'll stay with Ceri, thanks. I turn to her and she offers a very Ceri-like reaction, staying quiet whilst covering away to the side. Now that he mentions it, he has a real fondness for the cafeteria beef sandwiches, doesn't he? Honestly, my cafeteria food is crap. If y'all ate American school food, most of the stuff they serve is slop, and I'm pretty sure they were trying to kill us. Expired milk. One time they got that expired milk in school during middle school. Yeah, no clue what the hell's up with them. Anyways, he talks about them so much. I think they're his one defining traits. Alright, forget remembering his real name. From now on, I'm going to christen him roast beef guy. Inside my head, of course, I don't know if he'd take too kindly to be called that out loud. Or perhaps he won't care if this conversation is anything to go by. Oh my god. Well, I'm sorry to hear about the whole not having a cute girlfriend situation. But at least you have your sandwich, right? Though I wouldn't say they're a valid stand-in.
Yeah, I have them at least. They are all I need to soothe my aching heart. By the way, these sandwiches are made with only the finest beef, sourced from cows in Wales. Did I tell you about that?
Welsh beef? You might have mentioned it, yeah. A few too many times. I frown. I don't see why Welsh beef is such a huge selling point, though. I thought Scottish beef was meant to be better. I compared it to Wagyu, but even for this guy, I imagine it get pretty expensive to fork out that much for a sandwich. Yeah, I agree.
What?
You take a step back.
How could you say something so heartless? Isn't Ceri Welsh herself?
Oh, so?
You're trampling all over her culture.
I wouldn't call a sandwich feeling culturally significant.
Well, it's not like I'm particularly attached to Wales.
tell me you're gonna turn traitor on your own country, Ceri.
I feel like I'm a traitor of my own country already.
Well,
Ceri glances away.
I prefer Wagyu.
Oh boy, drama alert's gonna happen. Not that drama alert. I'm talking about, like, you know, not the Kingstar one. I'm talking about actual drama that's gonna happen in this game. Not, you know, I do not associate with him, you know. Anyways, that's a very Ceri-like response. She's starting to look distinctly anxious, a fact I can't fault her for. I'm starting to feel the same way. I tried to formulate a reply. Oh, the music stopped. Anyways, something along with the line of, "Hey, knock it off, dude. You're making Ceri uncomfortable." When?
Ugh, you're such a headache.
Oh, none other than Nonika strolls over, a less than impressed look on her face. She nudged the roast beef guy in the side of her elbow, then she says,
I know you love these sandwiches, but can't you calm it for 2 seconds? I don't want you harassing my brand new harpist.
Oh, sis!
She looks at Nonoka with a sheepish smile. Sis?
Sorry about that. I was getting a bit carried away, huh?
Nonoka frowns.
Yes, you were. You need to stop it with your weird obsessions. Not everyone is as high energy as you are.
Given how energetic the music club is, it's a shock to hear that coming from her.
Oh, right. My bad. Sorry, sis.
I didn't think there was any connection between these two, but the familiar way they're bickering is making me wonder. So, you two are related, right?
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, this guy here is my little brother.
Oh, I'm a little brother too. Yeah, we are the same, roast beef guy, we are the same! Well, I never ate roast beef before, so you guys not related, I guess? I never ate Wagyu as well. The only thing I was stuck eating is hamburger meat. And I'm gonna tell you what, eating hamburger meat by itself is not great. Like, it's literally not great.
Twin brother.
I'm barely littler than you then. There's like 5 minutes in it, if that.
5 minutes still counts. I was born first, so I'm the big sister.
I mean, I guess that's kinda, I guess. Now that you mention it, there is a bit of a resemblance. Are you talking about the hair color wise? And maybe the eye color, maybe even the voice tone as well? This is quite the twist though. I know this guy for almost a whole year and I had no idea he had any siblings. Though that's not saying much, I guess, given I still can't remember his name. I guess I know his surname now, at least, so that's a start. I'll try to get his name, I don't know, cause at some point it'd be a bit inappropriate and sad if I asked him indirectly.
So, sis, you're friends with these two, huh?
That's right. She's the girl I was talking about at dinner the other day. The one who's really good at the harp.
Small world, I guess. Despite not being included in her answer myself.
She's really saved us for the graduation ceremony. Oh, no,
Ceri Blaze blushes at this, and shyly she shakes her hand in front of her chest.
I don't think I'm as good as that.
Oh.
I don't think I'm as good as that. Really?
Alright, I say skip over to really.
You're flattering me. It's true. You deserve every bit of praise. You've done us a huge favor, so I'll do you one in return. Just let me know when my brother's getting on your nerves. I'll sort him out just like this.
You gotta beat his ass? Nonoka punches her brother's shoulder as she squeaks, and he squeaks it accordingly.
Hey, what was that for? You almost hit me in the face.
Oh, sorry about that.
She ain't sorry.
It's what you get for being annoying.
See, she ain't being sorry. Yep, she's not sorry. She ain't sorry. Their teasing is of the light-hearted kind you expect to see between siblings. It's similar to something I can relate to. Having a sister myself, or our bickering this morning quickly becomes to mind. Ceri, on the other hand, doesn't look too in tune with their horsing around, but it's nice to see her getting along with other people. If you could call this getting along. She was too shy and self-conscious for a long time to approach anybody else. As a result, she wound up spending the majority of her time at school on her own. She either spent more time in the library in the company of her beloved books, or as the ghost of the music. Oh my god, ghost of the music room. Either way, she spent a lot more time by herself than she has with other people. I think that's finally starting to change, though. Little by little, she's really has come a long way.
Now that I think about it, it's kind of weird, isn't it? That nobody in this school knows we're related. Have you been trying to keep it hush-hush?
Of course not. Only tell when asked. That's my philosophy.
Same here. Her brother's side.
I see how it is, sis. You've given up on me too, right?
Nonaka looks away sheepishly.
Anyway, go. I need you to come help me carry a few things from the club room.
Alright, so that's what his name was.
What? Now? But what about my food?
Just bring it over with you.
You were just waving it around in their faces.
You could just bring it. You could just bring it with you. I look at the sad, slightly squashed sandwich. It's still clustered in his hand.
Sorry about this. I'll see you two later. It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry about us. I'm sure she has enough on her plate as is. As they held off in the opposite directions, Ceri nudges toward to my side with a coy expression. I think our lunchtime has gotten a lot livelier. She has Nonaka to talk to now, and the other girls in the music club, and maybe I can go into the equation too. The band of characters in our lives just continue to grow. After class, it's back to the usual rendezvous. I even playing Tokyo Racer 2 and reading the OST. I still don't even know how to pronounce that word. Rendezvous. For Ceri and I joining one another in the corridor. We know where we're heading by now, so it's not a huge surprise that both of us stay pretty quiet, taking in the atmosphere and following one another's stride in tandem. Her cheeks stay rosy, and if her lips weren't curled into such a tender smile, I would have thought she was a little hesitant again. It's heartwarming and a welcoming glimpse at her true feelings that they're so often masked by her lack of self-confidence. We wouldn't keep coming here if she didn't enjoy it. We entered the music club. The two greeted by the sound of her fellow clubmates. Though not officially a member, it'd be strange to call them by any other moniker. Nonaka, as always, is the first to speak up.
Oh, Ceri! I'm so glad you could make it.
And don't forget the boyfriend.
Emma turns her head in my direction. I do have a name, you know.
You're Ceri's +1. I know you've come to show your moral support, which is sweet of you. But the star of the show is right here.
She smiles at me audaciously. The two of them have certainly gotten more confident with their teasing now that we've agreed to help them. I suppose that a semblance of an emerging friendship, if it's already apparent enough. Iroha, on the other hand, acts as would be expected, sitting at the back of the club room and keeping her distance from Nonaka and Emma's fanfare. That's how they greet us, though. In reality, Ceri is the one they're paying attention the most to. Ceri looks a bit anxious about the lively greeting, which is pretty par for the course, I guess, when it comes to Ceri. She tends to look anxious about most things. I give her a little nudge of encouragement to speak up.
I said I would come, and I don't go back on my word.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, we always knew you were a good girl. The braids speak for themselves. Those and the glasses too. They make you look like a real Puritan. It's a complete contrast to her over there.
She turns in Arrowhead direction, who in turn stares daggers back at Emma and huffs. I better hope. I mean, if Arrowhead's a quiet kid, then I better hope she don't go blasting. She don't go blasting the dang school over it. They
What
think.
does my appearance have to do with anything?
Anyway, what I'm trying to say, this ain't class of 09. This ain't that. This ain't that. This is Sounds of Love too.
I'm saying you should be less unkempt, that's all.
Maybe letting Ceri come here was a mistake. Ceri seems to be thinking that too, and as she glances at her reflection in the window across the room. Nonoka must have noticed Ceri's newfound reticence, because she smiles and closes the distance between us.
Don't worry about those two too much.
Ceri bites her lower lips.
It's not hard to.
She wouldn't be the only one.
It's fine, really. We're all relatively normal here. Now, I don't think I went through all the particulars during our last session. It's fine, really.
What the hell?
Now, the music club usually meets once a week, but since the ceremony's only a month away, we've been stepping that up. We'll meet 3 times a week now, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, if you think you can manage that. It won't take up too much of your time, will it?
Ceri stares to the side.
I'm not in any other clubs. So it's not like I have any other obligations.
Oh, great. I was a little worried we'd scared you away.
It's not like we haven't heard that before.
Iroha was threatening to quit only last week. She said I was working her too hard.
You were working us too hard. You made us redo that one passage 12 times.
Did she?
My fingers felt like they were going to fall off afterwards. They were cramping up.
Well, taking music class at my school, I wouldn't say my finger felt like fell off, but more like my nails. My nails started to get scratched up to the point where like it needs to get replacement. She helps again. I think this is the most disgruntled I've seen her. Though to give her credit, it does sound like hard work.
Well, you know how it is. I just want our performance to go off without a hitch. You only graduate once, right?
Not if you go to university.
I can tell she's already exhausted by this conversation. She heads off to her corner with a dismissive wave, leaving us in Onoka to ourselves again, though her journey is only a few steps across the room.
Well, I think I understand. My father says that there's no point in doing a job if you're not going to do it properly. You can't take any shortcuts if you want to put on a good performance. That's what I think. At least.
Ceri crosses her arm nervously, her hip bowed. She was sounding so self-assured there. I thought she was making progress, but I guess her esteem still needs a bit of a boost. Which is why I'm here, I guess. I gave her a hand. I didn't even drink water, you know that? That's a fact. I gave her a hand of reassuring squeeze. Her palm is a little sweaty, but I don't comment on it. And say, you don't need to apologize for being passionate. It's a good thing you care so much. That's why Nonoka and the others wants to play with you.
Do you really think so?
She stares back at me, wearing the same rosy cheeked expression I had fallen for so many months ago. It might not be the time or the place for it, but it really does make my heart throb. I want to see her doing her best.
Loverboy, he's right.
Emma approaches, slapping me on the shoulder with quite a bit of force on my ass, while wielding a 2-feet grin. That looks more like she slapped me in the face. Oof. Her enthusiasm manifests itself through a dull, throbbing pain. I don't think she ever meant to hurt me, but that light shoulder slap hit a little too hard. Well, it looks more like a face slap to me. Emma isn't very tall. She's actually a fair bit shorter than Ceri, but she's certainly strong.
We're all very glad that you're passionate. Of course, that was obvious during our last get-together. but it's nice to have it reaffirmed. In fact, you're so good. I was actually wondering if you'd mind playing a solo for the graduation ceremony. A solo?
I don't think Ceri was expecting that, and neither, if I'm being honest, was I, because her eye widened in shock. A deer caught in the headlights is often an apt comparison for her. Her flight or fight or flight response isn't great, but this time she's actually freezes on the spot. I wave my hand in front of her eyes, but the conversation continues before I get a chance.
You have my condolences.
Nonaka's face perks up at Emma's suggestion.
Oh, a solo? I didn't think of that.
What? You've been banging on and on about how you want her to play a solo, like, these last 2 days.
Nonaka giggles to herself, Iroha sighs, and Emma continues grinning in our direction. All the while, the three of them blissfully inattentive to Ceri's growing unease. Though I suppose they do have a point. If it weren't for witnessing her play with my own eyes, we wouldn't have gotten this far in the first place.
You know, I have a good ear for this kind of thing. My parents have taken me to recitals and concerts ever since I was little. I know you have it in you. Your playing is the real deal.
You two really are stubborn, aren't you? Come on, you're dying to do a solo too. You wouldn't spend your time practicing in the corner by yourself otherwise.
Somebody needs to fix this. Like, seriously, I don't know if the practice is actually with an S on some countries, but here it's a C. It will be a C. Iroha tuts, turning her head to her side.
So, what do you say, Ceri? Won't you play a solo for us, please? I'm doing a solo to open the concert. It'd be nice if we had another solo to close it off. Like a couple of bookends, you know?
Ceri fidgets with her sweater, tugging her sleeves gently as she stands frozen, with her arms crossed across her chest.
Well, I don't know. Oh, please say you'll do it, Ceri. She's right. You really are good. You'll stop her from harping on and on about it, I suppose.
Now that was a good pun.
Well,
Ceri looks down at her feet. I think she's probably feeling overwhelmed by this sudden request, which is a perfectly reasonable reaction. There's quite a lot of spring on her, especially when she's so shy. Performing at the graduation ceremony in a quarter must be hard enough on her nerves, but doing it alone? That takes guts. I don't think I could do that, even if I could play an instrument, which I can't, so I guess I'm off the hook. Still, as much as I want Ceri to play a bit more confident, I don't want to force her into doing anything she's not comfortable with. I'm ready to say as much, but...
well, I have a few doubts as to how good I'd be. But it sounds like you've already made up your minds. I guess I can try. I'll do my best.
She doesn't sound too certain about this. I don't fail to note the upward inflection in her voice there, but Nonaka doesn't seem to notice, or maybe she doesn't want to. Rather than second guessing Ceri, she smiles.
Now I really can't wait for the grad ceremony. It's gonna be great, and it's all thanks to you. You're the best.
Oh,
Ceri's face flushes as she ducks her hand as her finger toys with her hair. Then she says very softly,
I think you're exaggerating, but thank you.
"Oh, we're gonna hit. Honestly, we really need to get to a CG. There has to be another CG because I'm about to. I don't know how long it's just been running right now, but honestly, guys, before I end this video, which I won't do it yet. I'll get through this chapter first, and then we can do it. Then I can end it from there. But if we don't hit a CG, then there's a chance I'm gonna skip ahead and find a CG and get a CG, for the thumbnail, or just use one of the guest art because I take the quiz again and do complete it all max. Anyways, things wrap up nicely as the music club as the sun seeps in through the window. It's a signal to us that the time to say our goodbye has come around once more. The girls, satisfied with their practice, finish again by setting aside their instrument and sharing a set of smiles between them. Though their conversation are pretty lively, I'll admit, they really do speak to one another the best through their music. It's a word of conversation that I'm not part of, but I can certainly appreciate. Ceri too affectionately smiled at me as we lock eyes, acknowledging that how I've clocked onto this dynamic. She knows how to play her part. After a round of farewells, Ceri and I head out first, although spurred on by Emma's insistence that we enjoy our own company. It's not like we don't do that enough as is, but it's the quiet moments like this when it's easiest to gauge, I don't know, just how Ceri's feeling. I'm always happy to spend more time with Ceri. Both in school and outside of it, I really am seeing her a lot now that I have any problems. Stepping out into the courtyard marks the formal close to our school day, and we begin to head back home. Ceri braves bounce with every step as she walks in tandem with me, smiling in the sunlight. We decide to take a longer, more scenic route home. It's become somewhat of a common idea of ours to prolong the time we spend together. There is something on my mind though, something that pertains to the conversation Ceri had with Nonoka earlier in the music club room. I've been turning it over in my mind while we've been walking, so much so I haven't been much of a conversationalist. Fortunately, I'm close enough to Ceri that the silence doesn't feel awkward. It's quite comfortable, actually, simply to walk with her, neither of us saying anything. But I think I need to approach this topic sooner rather than later, preferably while nobody else is around. It's hard to have serious, heartfelt conversation with her lately. Well, with both our families and the antics of the music club, I'm just worried about her. But she can be pretty stubborn about things. Hey, Ceri? She pauses, her skirt swishes as she turns, then looks at me curiously with her head cocked up to one side. She resembles a curious bird. It's quite cute, really. Her amber eyes behind the lens of her glasses are full of intrigue. We share a moment together, looking back into one another's eye as she pauses. As the silence grows between us, she curiously rests her index finger against her lower lips, pressing it down softly, just enough to glint as it catches the evening sun before she continues speaking.
Is something the matter?
Not right now, no. I was just wondering, I guess there's no point of beating around the bush. I might as well come out with it. Are you sure you don't mind doing a solo at the graduation ceremony? I finally spoke it off of my chest. It's been nagging over me ever since they made this proposal back in the music club. I'm happy, of course, that if they recognize Ceri's musical talent. I don't know much about this harp myself, but even I could tell when I heard her play that she's good at it. But I'm worried all the same. Ceri isn't exactly the most sociable person, to put it lightly. She's got a bit more self-confidence during the last year. I like to think our relationship has played our part in that, but leopards don't change their spots all that easily. Ceri's personality has shifted, but she's still pretty shy. She doesn't have all that many or any close friends other than me. If though we're not in the same class, from what I've gathered, she tends to keep her to herself. She'll say good morning to her classmate, and sometimes she'll let people borrow her notes. Though she's told me huffily that she thinks people ought to put the effort in themselves, but having a long involved conversation is still a little tricky for her. How's a girl like that who struggles to talk to her peers in a one-to-one setting going to play the harp on her own in front of a whole audience? Something about this scenario isn't computing here. I want to have more confidence in her. She is my girlfriend. It'd be wrong for me not to believe in her. Especially since I'm the only one who's first suggested that Ceri join the music club, but I figured performing an ensemble piece would be easier than going at it solo. Maybe there's not all that much distinction between it though. I wouldn't know. I don't know anything about music. Anyway, I guess I need to wait for Ceri's response. She looked ponderous for a few minutes, her eye downcast. I hope I haven't upset her before. After a pause, she looks up. Her soft hazel eyes meet my own once more, and then, but to my relief, she smiles.
I'll admit, I'm a little worried about it myself.
I figured as much. Ceri looked pretty awestruck when Emma and Nonoka asked her if she wanted to perform solo, but I definitely didn't expect her to agree to it right away. I didn't, if I'm being honest, expect her to agree at all, and I don't think Ceri did either. She looked just as surprised by her response as I felt. Maybe she got swept up in the atmosphere. I know Ceri had a hard time saying no to people. That's why I was feeling so much, I guess. I wouldn't like to think that she's been backed into a corner.
I think it'll be alright though.
She continues a note of steely determination to her tone. That isn't typical of my shy, self-conscious girlfriend. Maybe I'm underestimating her. She really has changed.
I already agreed to perform with them. Doing a solo shouldn't be much more of a hurdle, really. And, well...
Ceri inhales. Shyly, she plays with the end of one of her braids, as she often does when she's trying to muster up the courage to speak freely. Then she says,
I thought that it would make you happy.
Huh? Ceri questions. Oh no, my throat's dying. In the music club earlier was surprising, but this feels even more so. I can't say I was expecting it. Since when was I part of the equation?
When weren't you part of the equation?
Ceri retorts softly, more quickly than I expected from her.
You're my boyfriend. Of course I'd want to consider your feelings. That's what couples should do. You're the one who asked me to help the music club out. I probably wouldn't have done it on my own.
Ceri shakes her head.
No, I definitely wouldn't have done it on my own. I would have been too awkward.
Her lips are pursed, and it looks a bit like she's been sucking on something sour. It's always kind of surprising when she frowns like this.
I'm still pretty awkward, actually. But I'm doing my best. I've been trying hard to get along with all the girls in the club. And I've been putting my all into practicing the harp, too. And I've been enjoying myself more than I thought I would. Thanks to you. So, I thought I should agree to do the solo. Both as a way to help the music club and, well, I want to prove to you, and to myself, too, that I really can do this, to show you how far I've come. And I want you to be proud of me.
She declares so feistily. Her voice strained called out to me on this empty street. It's just me and Ceri out here. She says she doesn't want to keep being the same shy girl she was, but the people don't change overnight. She's still shaking. I can tell based on her determined tone that she's taking this seriously. Well, that shouldn't come as any surprise when she agrees to do something. She really does give it her all. I should have known that when Ceri agrees to help the music club, she'd do her very best. You don't need to worry about that so much, you know? Ceri flinches, her face flushed.
What do you mean?
I smile and then lean in closely to the distance between us. She jitters slightly as I rest my hand on her shoulder, and although stiff at first, she begins to relax a little as she catches her breath. You don't have to worry about whether I'm proud of you or not. I figured this should be obvious enough, but I'll spell it out for you. If you really need the reassurance, I'm already proud of you. She let off a wry smile. It's endearing seeing her eyes lock with mine as her face is lit up by the evening sun.
You're just saying that.
No, I'm not. I am proud of you. I give her a gentle flick of the forehead enough so to ruffle her hair. Of course she pouts in return. It's helped diffuse the tension nicely, though I still feeling the need to clarify something. I guess it's time to be serious. I am glad you're being more proactive, but I'd rather you didn't decide to do things because of my sake. I'm your boyfriend yet, but you're your own person. You shouldn't have to take my feelings into consideration when you're making choices that only impact you. I really appreciate rather you did help things because you want them to do them. I don't think I read that right. She sighs. It's a different kind of reaction from the one I was expecting.
Did you not just listen to what I said? I want to perform a solo. I've never really shown anybody my playing before. Other than my parents and you. It would be nice to share something I'm passionate about with more people.
Then that's all that matters. I'm already proud of you. You don't need to worry about that.
You are? But why?
Why wouldn't I be? I grin. You're the cutest girlfriend I've ever had. What's not to like?
I'm the only girlfriend you've ever had.
Exactly.
That's not exactly reassuring.
Ceri pouts, but I know she isn't really upset. If she was, she wouldn't be smiling like that. Alright, that was too much to speak. That was really too much to speak. Oh, stop right there. Stop it right there. Stop right there. Alright. Alright, we're gonna have to end it from there. Well, that was a mouthful. Alright. Tomorrow when I play Tokyo Racer Part 3, I'll explain the PCSX2 problem stuff with the OBS recorder. I have that encounter CG throughout this entire episode, so I'm gonna need to either use the I'm gonna have to go on title for a little bit. I'm gonna need to go on title for a little bit. Config, no, not config, extras. Okay, when I go on gallery, since I didn't unlock anything from here right now, I'm likely to have to use either the guest art promo, the guest art. Promo art, I did not unlock anything, I gotta beat the game first, but guest art, I'll probably use a guest art first. I will credit the artist, but game art wise, it's either guest art for the thumbnail, or I go on, or I had to skip a ton of scenes just to get thumbnail from here. I have no clue how long, like how many scenes are there. Probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but I don't know how long this is gonna take. I picked this part 3 right now, but I don't know how long. But I'm pretty sure I have no clue how long this game will take. And then I run a single choice yet still. Alright, but anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see y'all in Tokyo Racer. You know, that next Tokyo Racer video.